Hello! Today I will be giving you a tutorial on how to braid a French braid on your own hair. So I hope this helps, and I'll start that. The first step to making a French braid is you have to take from the top. I like to take this portion and at the top of the hair, and you have to section it into 3 parts. How I like to do it is I use my fingers, 3 fingers, and right in between each finger is the perfect amount to equally have enough hair for each 3 sides. So I have 3 parts here. And what I do next is, like a normal braid, you just cross over from the left to the right over the top, the middle one, and the right piece, the 3rd piece, I'm going to cross it over the middle one that just crossed the middle. Well, the left one. So it's more just like a normal braid, how you'd start it. Now, how you would start this is normal braids, you would just do 3 parts, crossover and stuff. But for a French braid, you take this 3 sections you've made, and each time, so I'm going to start with this piece here that was crossed over, and I'm going to take a small amount from the top right here. It's this small, and I'm adding it to this section. I'm adding it so it's now a bit bigger. Now I take it and cross over the top of my middle, and we have this kind of pattern starting, and then I take another piece, but this time on the left side or the other side, and take a small piece, and I first detangle it so it's not, you don't want any tangles into the pieces, because then it'll be just much harder for you. So I take this small piece, as you can see, and this is how it looks like. I'm taking this part I was holding with my hand, and I'm adding it to the side, the small piece, I'm adding it to that side. Now, I'm holding my pieces here on my other hand, and I'm crossing over the piece that I just added over the top of my middle strand I'm holding. An easier way, sometimes when you first start, it's really hard to hold it with one hand. So how I like to hold it is again, my 3 fingers, and I like to split it apart into those little parts of my fingers. So I like this index finger, I wrap around this for the middle one. So if I'm adding to this last one, I would hold it in my other hand, while my right hand is holding with the index finger the middle, and holding the last part with my thumb, and so index finger, and all of my other fingers are just holding this last piece. And that's how I like to hold it, and it's comfortable for me. So after I've crossed over, this is what I got. I take this small piece from here and I add it onto this piece. And now how I'm holding on my other hand, I'm holding, all my fingers are holding this last strand and my index finger is holding this middle one. I'm taking this piece that I just added with the smaller section and I'm crossing over top my middle strand that I was holding with my index finger. And we have this pattern on the top now forming. When you're braiding and it's like you're not really quite used to holding it like this, your arms get really tired, but it's gonna hurt a little bit, but I say just power through and then you'll have a beautiful hairstyle. Now, when I'm holding all three, I'm using my index finger again with this last one. My middle is between my middle finger and my middle finger is holding the second strand and all of my rest of my hand is using this third part. So I'm now gonna have to do this side. I take a little strand from the side and I add it onto this part. Again, detangle, and I overlap on the top of the middle one. Lots of people like to use brushes to section off easier. If that works for you, go ahead. For me, I just like to use my hands. My hands keep everything together. And so now this hand, I'm taking a little piece from this side, adding it to this section, detangling, and I'm adding overlapping over the top of my middle strand. The one I was holding with my index finger, I'm going on top and overlapping. And then once you overlap from underneath, I just grab the hair under the top. It's gonna be hard for your first time, so practice makes perfect. Just keep practicing and you'll get better. Now, I grabbed a way bigger piece than I'm supposed to. I'm using this piece, small piece from the side, adding it to my section, detangling once again, overlapping the top, my middle strand, it goes over top, and we're having this is how the French braid looks like, and you just keep doing it, and I will just keep showing you to just make more sense of it. I'm taking this piece, adding it to this side, detangling, overlapping the top, and grabbing the middle strand that it got overlapped to this side, and doing it again. once you reach the point that you are in the center, you've grabbed all the hair you need, you then have to stop and I'll show you back that in a bit. I'm now starting to grab a bit more sections as I head down my hair. When you're in a hurry, you tend to grab more sections of hair, greater, and that's what makes your hair less, if you grab more hair, then your braid will be less tight and it could fall apart easily after a couple of hours. When I don't have time, I usually just grab a lot of pieces and it tends to fall apart. So if you want a perfect French braid, you want to grab smaller pieces and overlap the top. Again, smaller pieces. Top. Detangling. Going on top. Towards the bottom, I like to grab more pieces so it gets over with, because your hands probably get tired. So, now I'm just doing the same process where I'm taking a piece, combining, overlapping the top, and just repeating. Now, you are at this point where you have this one piece, you add it to the section, you go on top of the middle, like so, and now you don't have any more pieces. Well, what do? You now continue to make just a normal braid and there's no more pieces to add, so you just go and you make a normal braid. And I like to go from the front when it's hard to reach from the back. And I add my hair tie. And there we go. This is a beautiful French braid that if you would like to have, this is how it looks like. If you enjoyed my tutorial on making a French braid, then subscribe and I will have more content that is fun. That's how it works and how it looks like. Thanks for watching. Bye.